In the headlines, 3 victims of Kaduna-Abuja train attack regain freedom as relatives protest in Abuja. Federal government shuts FGC Kwali over security threat. Daily Trust economists urge federal government to reconsider 6.2 trillion naira 2023 petrol subsidy. Away from Nigeria, 34 people dead as bus plunged into Kenyan River Valley. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. 3 victims of Kaduna-Abuja bound train attack have regained freedom 24 hours after terrorists released a disturbing video where some of the victims were being tortured. Daily Trust is reporting that the freed victims, a female and 2 males, have reunited with family members. It was not clear if ransom was paid before their release. Kaduna-based publisher Tukur Mamu confirmed their release to Daily Trust. Meanwhile, families of victims of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack are calling on government to negotiate with the terrorists, keeping their relatives in captivity. They made the call on Monday at the Ministry of Transportation in Abuja, where they had converged to make their grievances known. The renewed agitation of the families follows footage released on social media showing the terrorists beating their captives.
The victim is my sister, my elder sister, and her 2 years daughter. The 2-year daughter became she completed the 2 years inside the forest.
Okay, can you tell me the name of your sister and her age and her daughter?
My sister's name is Hafsat Abdullahi. The daughter is Baby Islam, and she's 41 years old.
What happened when she left home?
She came for our younger sister's wedding here in Abuja because she is married and stays in Kaduna with her husband and 6 kids, plus this one 7. So she came for the wedding and she was going back on 28th, and me, I was in the hospital self because I was pregnant. Then. I was in the hospital. She now said, okay, she will stay. And when she now left, we were calling her. I was like, won't you come and see me before going? She said, let her go first. She will talk to me. She now went. Up till now, it's not seen her.
Okay.
Our mommy took her to the railway station. We called. They said she's not home. The next thing we hear is kidnapper, bandit, this, bandit that. No, her number was not going to be again.
Minister of Transportation Muazu Sambo, who interacted with the victims' families, however, appealed to them to give him some time to study the situation.
This Monday would have been the first time that I was going to be receiving briefings about activities of the ministry and its agencies. Before I resumed, I had spoken to the permanent secretary to try and get in touch with the victims, with the families of the victims of the unfortunate train incident. The intention was, my first port of call will be to hold a dialogue with you guys. Okay?
Yes.
My first intention was to hold a dialogue with you people and empathize with you. Government is made up of individuals, like I, the permanent secretary, and so on and so forth. Each of us have families. We feel for the families of these unfortunate incidents.
In another development, the federal government has ordered the immediate closure of the Federal Government College Kwali in Kwali Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The Director of Press and Public Relations at the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Gong, who announced this in a statement on Monday in Abuja, said the Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, gave the directive in order to prevent any attack on the school. He said that the closure became necessary following the security breach on Sheda and Lambata villages in the suburbs of Kwali Area Council. While Adamu said that the timely intervention of security operatives saved the situation, He directed the authorities of the school to make arrangements for final year students to conclude their National Examination Council examinations. The minister also directed principals of unity colleges across the country to communicate with security agencies within their jurisdictions to forestall any security breach in the government schools. Students of Federal Government College Kwali, Abuja have been moved out of their hostels following bandit attack at a nearby community. Daily Trust reports that parents were at the school on Monday morning to take their children from school located at Sheda village along Abuja-Lokoja Highway. Attempt to have access to the school was not successful, and the school management could not be reached for comment. At the time of filing this report, the FCT Police Command spokesperson, DSP Ade Josephine, was indisposed to comment. Staying with security matters, unknown gunmen on Monday attacked Okuta, Elerinla Police Division in Akure, the Ondo State capital, killing one policeman. The reason for the attack is yet to be ascertained, as at the time of filing this report. Spokesperson of the command, Fumilayo Odunlami, who confirmed the incident, said that investigation has commenced into the attack. Gunmen on Sunday attacked a police station in Okpanam, Oshimili North local government area of Delta State, killing 3 policemen who were said to be responding to a distress call by the members of the local vigilante. Confirming the incident in a telephone interview, police spokesperson Dafe Bright said one of the attackers has been arrested and investigation is ongoing to ensure the arrest of the others.
Of Okpanam Division, while responding to a distress call, were ambushed by unknown persons, unknown armed hoodlums, and they killed 3 of our personnel. The command has been able to arrest one of the suspects who is helping us with useful information. We're also using this opportunity to call on members of the public who has 1 or 2 information that can help us.
Leader of the vigilante in the area disclosed that 3 of the local vigilantes who sustained injuries are recuperating, with one of them in severe condition at the emergency ward of the Federal Medical Center.
I don't actually know what happened because we shared ourselves. Some people are in the other side. We are in the other side with all these guys. Early this morning, one of my men called me, Oga, see what is happening. We are in Chelsea Hospital. And I said, wow. I rushed down to a Chelsea Hospital. I see so many people lying down. One of them is fainting. And I took that one, put inside my car, drove down here. That is why we're here treating the guys this morning.
More than 8,000 people were displaced from Shimfiɗa community in Jibia local government area of Katsina State. This was as a result of Nigerian Army withdrawing their troops from an area located in the frontline areas. For the first time, displaced victims visited Shimfiɗa to weigh the level of damage and the possibility for resettlement. Jamil Mabe tells us more.
These burnt houses are a graphic reminder of the carnage that took place in Shimfiɗa community in Jibia local government of Katsina State. Not a single bullet was fired, yet 9 people lost their lives from the stampede caused by fear and anxiety.
These
women you are seeing, they came here on foot. No bullet was fired or shot at somebody, but 8 people died. They died due to the stampede after thrown into a car. According to the victims, stationed army personnel began impromptu withdrawal from the community. Soon, locals panicked. At the end, the commandant said we should tell our people to follow them after they finish parking. Before you know, people panicked. For 7 years, we have been feeding the government on any information that has to do with security. Yet, in broad daylight, they decided to be unjust to us. For the first time, displaced victims travel through the roads leading to Shimfiɗa community. With a bad road network, it's hard for motorists and security personnel to respond in case of an emergency. Inside the community, the hallmark of bandits' terror, destruction which comes without warning. With empty streets, a once lively Shimfiɗa is lifeless. The purpose of the visit was to have on-the-spot inspection for a possible resettlement. We don't have anything to come back and do in Shimfiɗa. We have lost everything in this world. We lost everything. We have all seen our houses. What will you tell your family when you go back? They should give up. There is no hope of going back. For now, their only hope of resettlement lies in the hands of the government. And with 5 months gone, how much more will they have to wait? Jamilu Mabai, Trust TV, Katsina.
And away from security matters, Nigeria's electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, reaffirmed that the continuous voter registration exercise will be suspended on Sunday, 31st of July 2022. To this end, the Commission is calling on eligible Nigerians who are yet to participate to seize the one-week opportunity ahead of the closure and get registered. The report.
The continuous voters registration exercise, which started over a year ago, had witnessed a 1-month further extension from the initial deadline. To encourage Nigerians to participate in the exercise, INEC, with support from the European Union in collaboration with IAGA Africa, held concerts in Lagos and Abuja, where thousands more got registered. With preparations in top gear for the 2023 general elections, INEC says the CVR exercise has to give way, but added that collection of the PVCs will continue while newly registered cards will be ready for collection by October 2022.
All CVR activities except the collection of already printed PVCs will be suspended on Sunday, 31st of July 2022. Meanwhile, the Honorable Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has already approved not only that extension of time, but also increased the closing hours to 5 p.m. daily to attend to registrants. And in addition, this exercise was carried on last Saturday and yesterday Sunday. And the exercise will also be carried on the next Saturday and the next Sunday.
Bello urged registrants in the FCT to patronize centers within their area councils and shun multiple registrations to avoid risking disenfranchisement, noting that special considerations are made for persons living with disabilities.
The Federal Commission for People with Disability invited us for a press conference last week at their premises and requested INEC to deploy an urban machine at each area council where they have designated centers in order to register people with disabilities. Our national chairman, being very passionate in inclusivity, we have already obliged, and the program all over the MCT began this Monday morning, and all the urban machines have been deployed in all the centers to capture people with disabilities.
He further stated that reports of challenges of network interruption, slow and faulty machines, among others, experienced during the course of the CVR exercise and conduct of some governorship elections in parts of the country are being addressed by the Commission to ensure a credible outing at the 2023 polls. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. National service with a sense of community development. Details and more after the break.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Thanks for staying. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Here's a reminder of our top stories. 3 victims of Abuja Kaduna train attack regain freedom as relatives protest in Abuja. Federal government shuts FGC Kwali over security threat. In other news, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Dauda as the acting Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps following the retirement of Boboy Oyeyemi. Before his appointment, Biu was the Deputy Corps Marshal, Finance and Accounts at the FRSC headquarters. He joined the FRSC in 1988 and has had a fruitful career working across several formations. He holds a master's degree in business administration from Ahmadu Bello University and was the Assistant Corps Marshal, Finance and Accounts in 2014 before becoming the DCM in 2016. A statement by the Corps Public Education Officer, Assistant Corps Marshal BC Kazim, on Monday in Abuja said Biu's appointment took effect from July 24, 2022, when the former Corps Marshal of the Corps, Boboy Oyeyemi, retired. A 24-year-old Corps member serving in Gombe State, Echefula Wisdom, has constructed a kiosk to shelter police traffic wardens on duty. Wisdom, a graduate of law from Rivers State University, said he constructed the kiosk after observing a traffic warden working without shelter on hot afternoons at a junction in Gombe metropolis. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
The 24-year-old, who highlighted some of the challenges in the course of the project, said he was worried by the condition of traffic wardens working under the scorching sun.
Another day when I was going to work, I also noticed the female wardens controlling traffic under the rain. Then a few months back, I also noticed that one of the traffic wardens at Tumfre roundabout was almost hit by a motorcycle. And I said to myself, if I don't do anything, we could possibly hear that one of the traffic wardens has been injured by probably a road accident or whatever thing that doesn't protect them. That's it happened. You know, when you do welding work, the fire sparks will also touch you. You have to go through such sacrifice as well. We also had to go through the sacrifice of funding. Sometimes the money was not there.
A traffic warden spoke on the significance of the traffic kiosk to their work.
It's a very big donation to us because we that used to stand on the road, we know what we are facing. More especially this time around that we are facing August. We cannot control properly if the rain is dropping. So with this, at least we will discharge our duty diligently.
The Nigeria Police and the National Youth Service Corps are inspired by the Corps members' spirit of community service.
For a copper, wisdom, to have been fit to construct this type of things is a marvelous and welcome idea. I want to say it particularly on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, and the officers and men of the Gombe State Command in particular. We are immensely grateful to a young person like this to have deemed it fit to this type of things to Nigerian police.
Wisdom has deemed it fit to see what he can do for the community of Gombe. And the only thing he can do is to give this traffic boot to the Nigerian police, which is a great stride in nation building.
The traffic kiosk has been stationed at Tumfre Junction along Gombe-Bauchi Road. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
The Daily Trust Board of Economists has advised the federal government to improve its economic coordination and synergy, brace up in fighting corruption, and find options for the proposed 6.2 trillion naira petrol subsidy for the 2023 fiscal year. According to a communique issued after its second quarter meeting at the weekend, the board commended the gross domestic product GDP performance in the first quarter of 2022, stating that the growth trajectory is slow and below the level that will put the economy on sustained recovery, especially with a high unemployment rate of 33.3%. The board noted that despite raising the monetary policy rate, inflation is rising, seeking synchronization of monetary, fiscal and trade policies. The board also advised the government to probe the cause of the rising inflation, including insecurity and energy crisis, adding that the Ukraine war is negatively impacting the energy crisis. And away from Nigeria, 34 people have died in central Kenya after their bus veered off a bridge and plunged into a river valley, local media reported on Monday. The country's Daily Nation and the Standard newspapers reported that the incident occurred on Sunday evening in the Tharaka Nithi County when the bus of Modern Coast Company traveling from Meru to port city of Mombasa veered off the Nithi Bridge and fell into the valley 40 meters below. County Commissioner Norbert Komora in a statement said that they have rescued 11 people who are undergoing treatment in hospital. The National Transport and Safety Authority, Kenya's transport regulator, has ordered all buses belonging to Modern Coast to suspend operations pending an investigation into the crash. And finally, in sports news, Toby Amusan became the first Nigerian athlete to win a World Athletics Championship gold as she stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters hurdles in Oregon on Sunday. Amusan, who had broken the world record in an astonishing semi-final where she clocked 12 minutes, 12 seconds, powered over the line at Hayward Field in 12.0 12.06 seconds. Jamaica's Brittany Addison took silver in 12.23 seconds, while Olympic champion Jasmine Camacho, Queen of Puerto Rico, claimed bronze in 12.23 seconds. Amusan had produced a jaw-dropping world record in the semi-finals, smashing the previous best mark of the 12 minutes 20 seconds held by Kendra Harrison of the United States in 2016. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Watch more via all our social media platforms, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ile. Thank you for watching.